Unus Annus. 1 year. It is November 12th, 2020. 1 year ago today, I was 6 months in, roughly 5 to 6 months in on working as an EMT. I was going through school. I was in what I thought was a good relationship. In December of 2020, I realized that the relationship was not as good. But I still lived my life to the fullest. In January of 2021, someone very, very close to me passed away. Someone who watched me grow up from the time I moved to the United States. She used to live over there. She passed away. She was a grandmother to me. She was 94 years old. Her name was Mrs. Ringer. February of 2020. Was when I got myself out of a very unhealthy relationship. And I felt so much better after that. I have no idea how much I weighed back then. I was probably close to 180 pounds at that time. Considering that today, this morning, I weighed 168.4 pounds. That's not actually so bad, considering that I didn't do actually anything until a couple months ago. Hi, Jeeves. Yes. March of 2020, a pandemic hit. Also, March of 2020, I did not make it into a 2-year program for paramedic school. I was a close candidate, but there was actually so many people applying that I was one of the ones that did not have the most experience. The ones that were chosen over me were ones that had worked as EMTs for 2 or 3 years. Boo Boo, come in. Alright, go around. Or worked as firefighters. Let's go, Bubby. Let's get inside. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Well, April 4th, 2020. It's my birthday. I was also supposed to work on that day. I went into work and I got fired from my job. For a stupid reason, in all honesty. I did nothing wrong. May of 2020 felt like a whole year. June of 2020, I applied for another job. July of 2020, I got my job. And I worked for the Department of Veterans Affairs as a nursing assistant. A job that I loved. I think sometime in June 2020, I fell in love. Again. In multiple ways. I fell in love with another human being. I fell in love with a character of mine, and I fell in love with that other person's character. The Buck and Elwing comic that I am doing with said person who is my boyfriend at this moment in time. During this whole year of Unus Annus, I have kept up to date with every single video. As of today, I have 2 videos to watch before the end of the whole channel. I lost a couple days with other things going on, but that is just how that is. In August of 2020, I don't know what happened. I don't remember anything else from after between July of 2020 and September of 2020. Because I was working nonstop, enjoying my life, enjoying my job. I'm gonna have a seat. It's not fun standing. Hi, Jeeves. In September of 2020, or September, sometime early September of 2020, I was forced from night shift to day shift. And then on day shift, I completely collapsed in everything work-wise, almost. I felt worthless because it was a completely different routine. I was used to night shift. I'm kind of a night owl. And I enjoyed night shift, but they needed people on day shift. I was moved to day shift. One weekend on day shift, I was taken off from patient care. During this time, I also went from doing video game episodes to recording driving to almost complete silence to art, because that's the one thing that I went back into when I lost my job again. My second job of the year. So in 1 year, you can lose 2 jobs. Lose a job, gain a job, and lose a job. Partially because of a pandemic. Partially because of human error. September of 2020, I started my Buck and Elwing project for the first time. I never recorded the art for that first panel that I drew, but that was a long time of drawing. But now I am going to continue doing the Elwing and Senku origin story. And I'm thinking about uploading the first panel that I have completed already, the art for that, and then upload the second panel when I complete that, because I started working out again. And I feel good when I work out. I'm running. I'm going to more than likely join the Air Force. That's why I'm running, because I need to drop a lot of pounds. And I need to be able to run 2 miles in under 20 minutes. So far I can do 2 miles in 28 minutes. Used to be 2 miles in 40 minutes. So I've improved on that. Hi, boo-boo. October of 2020 was when I did a lot of costuming. A lot of costuming. I went to a Renaissance fair, dressed up as a dead character, as Elwing when she died. And then for Halloween, I dressed up Elwing as Elwing during one of her 3rd or 4th campaigns, after she got all her scars. Which the Elwing and Senku origin story does. It takes place after her 2nd campaign, which is when she got all of her scars. And in those videos, I will explain how she got the scars, but that's for a different time. November of 2020, things seemed to calm down a little bit. But pandemic-wise. But I voted early. I do not regret any of my decisions. I just hope the rest of the states agree with my decisions. Because I'm part of the future of this country. And I want to thank Mark Fishbach and Ethan Nestor for creating Unus Annus and giving me something to hold on to for this 1 year. So in the course of 1 year, I got out of a really bad relationship. I regained a very healthy relationship. I started working out. And I lost roughly 20 pounds. Or I feel like maybe 10 pounds, but I've lost between 10 and 20 pounds in the course of 1 year. And I'm happy. So, thank you all for joining me in my backyard with my cats. Baby, are you okay? She doesn't come outside very often, that's why I check on her. I will also say one thing, we have a newcomer. Well, he's been here for about the past year. We dubbed him Levi. And in the past year, he went from a tiny, skinny little boy, he's still a long cat, to a chunky boy. And he looks exactly like Raspy. And he's very sweet, you can pet him and everything during fooding times. Also this year, I got a lot of interesting things. I got coupons for Chewy.com, which I've never looked at before. I looked at it yesterday, and I used my coupon where I got $50 worth of stuff for $26. I got my 3 Kidders personalized pet bowls. I got 10 bowls for the stray cats because they're family. And I got a bag of treats that my cats absolutely love because with the bowls themselves, I was 13 cents short of free delivery and being able to use my coupon. So, but yeah, our back porch has diminished. These are a million piles of leaves. The cat's playing them. I piled them up. But staying with the somber tone, I look forward to December because my favorite amusement park closed during the summer. My parents and I are not going to use our season passes for the amusement park that we got last year because we can roll them over to next year and not have to pay anything. But my boyfriend is going to take me because I absolutely love Silver City during Christmas time. And there are a couple things that I really like getting from the leatherworking shop. And also, in the course of this one year, I went through a concealed carry course. And I bought myself a gun. Because this world is uncertain. And we are in times of which, as a white woman, I am a minority in this world right now. As a white woman with so white LGBTQ plus woman, because I am pan. I am part of a minority because I fear for my life, sometimes even in my own neighborhood where I felt the safest. But I know that if I move out of my own neighborhood where I feel the safest at this moment in time, I will fear for my own life. So please all be safe. And thank you. Memento Mori.